Stories that sound too strange to be true. Stories people whisper about, but can never explain. This is one of them. The story of a woman who received a phone call from her dead husband. Her name was Denise Parker. She lived in a quiet town in Ohio, working as a nurse. Her husband David was a truck driver who spent days away on the road. No matter how far he went, he always called her every night before bed. It was their ritual, a promise that no distance could break. But one rainy Thursday night in April 2008, that call never came. Denise waited. She checked her phone again and again, wondering why he hadn't called. Finally, she tried to reach him herself, but the call went straight to voicemail. She left a message. "Hey, it's me. Call me when you stop, okay?" The next morning, her doorbell rang. Two police officers stood outside, hats in hand, faces heavy with grief. "Ma'am, are you Mrs. Parker?" one asked softly. When she nodded, the words that followed changed her life forever. "I'm sorry to inform you. Your husband, David Parker, was in an accident last night. He didn't make it." Denise felt her knees go weak. The world blurred. All she could hear was the sound of rain hitting the window and her own heartbeat slowing down. For the next 2 days, she barely spoke. Friends and family tried to comfort her. They said things like, "He's in a better place now." But none of that made sense to her. She didn't want him in a better place. She just wanted him home. Then something happened that no one could ever explain. It was Sunday evening, 2 days after David's funeral. Denise was sitting in the living room, staring at the wall. Her phone lay beside her on the couch. Suddenly, it buzzed. She glanced down. One missed call. From David Parker. Her hands started to shake. She stared at the screen, frozen. Before she could even breathe, another missed call appeared. And then a third. 3 missed calls. All from her husband's number. She whispered, "David?" Then she pressed the call button. It rang once, twice, and then static filled her ear. She said, "Hello?" No answer, just the faint crackle of a broken signal. And then she heard a voice. "Don't worry, I'm okay." Her phone slipped from her hand, tears rolled down her face. She knew that voice. It was David. The next morning, Denise called the phone company. She told them about the calls, begging for an explanation. The operator checked the records and paused. "Yes, ma'am, the calls came from that number." Denise asked, "When?" The operator replied, "Last night." But that was impossible. David's phone had been destroyed in the accident. Later, when the police recovered his phone from the wreck, they found it under the dashboard, melted and blackened. The SIM card was unreadable. It shouldn't have been able to make any calls. Her family didn't believe her. Her sister said it must have been a technical glitch. A friend said maybe someone else got the number. But Denise knew that wasn't true. The number was still under David's name. And that voice, that whisper, was his. Days turned into weeks. Denise tried to move on, but every night she dreamed of him. He would be standing near their porch in the rain, smiling faintly. And he'd always say the same thing. "Don't worry, I'm okay." She'd wake up crying. One night, around 2 a.m., she woke up to the sound of her phone ringing. The screen glowed in the darkness. Incoming call. David Parker. Her body froze. Her breath caught in her chest. She didn't answer. She just watched the screen until it went dark. When she checked the call history, there was nothing. No missed calls, no records. As if it never happened. 3 months later, Denise decided to move out of the house. While packing, she found their old answering machine, the kind that recorded messages on a small cassette tape. As she cleaned it, she noticed one message she'd never heard. She pressed play. Static filled the room. Then, through the noise, a voice whispered, "I made it home. I'm okay." Denise dropped the recorder, screaming. Her heart pounded as she looked at the date on the message. It was April 14th, 2008, the exact night of David's accident. She sat there on the floor, holding that tape, crying for hours. She didn't know what to believe anymore. After that day, the calls stopped. The dreams stopped. And Denise finally began to heal. She later told her story to a small paranormal research group. They examined the phone records and the tape. And though no one could explain how it happened, they confirmed the recording was real. The voice was undeniably human. And the sound frequency matched a real phone transmission. But the signal source was unknown. Over the years, people came up with theories. Some said it was residual energy, that sometimes a person's final thoughts can echo through technology. Others believed it was a miracle, a spirit's last attempt to say goodbye. But skeptics called it coincidence, a freak glitch in the system. Whatever it was, Denise knew what she heard. She didn't care what anyone said. She still keeps his number saved in her phone. She says she can't delete it. Because sometimes, late at night, when the wind moves through the house, she can almost hear his voice again, whispering softly, "Don't worry, I'm okay." Maybe it was love. Maybe it was something beyond life. No proof, no logic, no reason. Just one final goodbye that science can't explain. Because sometimes the dead don't want to haunt us. They just want to say goodbye. Subscribe to Studynic for more true horror stories that will make you question what you believe.